Hello, my name is Ashley Shanklin, and I'm coming to you tonight to discuss a couple of ideas that I have for an improvement plan for our district. I've been teaching for 11 years in our district. I was born and raised in this community. I have gone to the same school and worked there all the way kindergarten through high school, went to college, and came back. And it's almost kind of sad to me what seems to be happening in our district, because this is home to me. And the two elements that I would like to discuss are mind frame and being inspired and passionate about teaching. I feel like now we are getting so wrapped up and so worried more about test scores and, race to the top and, funding and everything else, that we're really losing sight. We're beating our teachers down. We are losing sight of what's really, really important, and that is the students. Yes, do we love those fives? Yes, we were a level 5 district. That's awesome. That is a great, great accomplishment. But at the same time, you're constantly being led to believe that you're still not good enough, even though you have reached that level 5 status. So I want to look a little bit further into mind frame and how to help your teachers become more inspired and passionate about teaching and learning. Now, I'm not very tech savvy, so I'm going to try to incorporate this. Now, the background for the Prezi that I'm going to do is building blocks, and that's because this is a process. Most of my slides are at the bottom level, and that's because we're going to lay the foundation for this. So let me get here. Now, like I've already said, my critical elements that I have decided to look at, the critical elements that I've decided to look at are mind frame and being inspired and passionate about teaching. All right, now, the first thing I want to say is that, yes, I do feel that I want to focus on successes first, because we have had some successes. We have some great things going on in our district. Like I said, we were a level 5. Our high schools received a very high honor for being ranked second in AP courses, which is great because we all work together and we come together for the common good of the students. But here lately, I just feel like we have been so bogged down, and we're getting all caught up in things that are, it's not student-centered anymore. It's more about that test score and how we look on paper. So, I want to skip ahead to the framework, the rigor and relevance framework, because the content that we are teaching, yes, it's important and it does lead into bigger and better things, but I think that one thing that would help us go from A to B to C to D is if we made our learning more real life centered. Okay, we need to stop pushing tests and test scores and everything else down our students' throats and make learning more about real life scenarios. We need to be passionate about our teaching, but we need our students to be passionate about learning. And in order for that to happen, we need to make that fun for them. John Haiti mentioned in his book, all adults in this school recognize that there is a variation among teachers in their impact on student learning and achievement. And that is very, very true. We need to understand that we can either make or break the whole educational system. I, for one, in my classroom, I always want my students to feel loved, involved, encouraged. I still have students that come up to me and they're like, "Thank you so much for making my learning fun." That's the things that they remember. They know I mean business, but they know that I care, and then they know that I love them. I'm not sitting there cramming it down their throat just so they can pass some test at the end of the year. I want to teach them lessons that will last their entire lives. So I think in order for us we need to get away from just it. To me, it seems like we're almost still in quadrant A, because we are just teaching them for a test and teaching them for a test. And we really need to get down here to quadrant D, where they can think on their own in real life scenarios, as well as perform academically. Now, I ran into this when I was researching, and these are some strategies, transformational strategies, and it says that we need to establish a shared vision for a course. A shared vision, not just a district vision or a superintendent vision, a shared. I think there should be more communication between the teachers and the upper level management. Providing modeling and mastery experiences. I think it would be great if the kids could see their teachers passionate about their work again, instead of feeling so stressed out about tests. That way, if we model for them the way that it should be, then they're going to be more likely to achieve. Intellectually challenging and encouraging students. I'm all for that, but I think it should be more real life. Personalizing attention and feedback, creating experimental lessons, and promoting preflection and reflection. Those are some of the transformational strategies. I also have a very short little video that we are going to watch that is Mr. John Haiti himself. Just a few seconds.
And the starting point for me is the observation that everybody that I talk to in this business, from teachers to parents to policymakers to academics, always tell me what the right answer is, what they do. How come we have a profession where everybody has evidence, usually their last 10 or 12 years of experience, which is very legitimate evidence, and how come if I was doing an observation of you in the room here, I would find an incredible variation of how you teach? But you all would argue it's the right way for you and for your kids. So why is it then that every academic standard...
So he just said it there, and everyone would argue, and I feel like everyone would argue it's, their way's the best way. Their way's the best way. And I feel so many times on the district level, they get caught up in their way is the right way. But they don't really know our kids. They do not know our kids. They don't know their struggles. And so I think what would help would for us to find common ground, so we can get back in the right mind frame, so we can be more passionate about teaching. I still love my kids, but this constant beating down is really wearing down really good teachers. So my challenge to you is to listen to your teachers. Listen to your teachers. Listen to the students, so we can get back to being passionate about learning and applying and not just testing. Thank you.